أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد. La Ilaha Illallah Part 3. So in part 1 and part 2 and also in part 3, the theme is negation. So as you know, in Kalima Shahada, as we have been discussing, negation is foremost and then its affirmation. So in part 2, the negation was about all those ilahs that people consider to exist, but exist and also worthy of worship. So two things: one, ilahs that exist, and then they are worthy of worship, their worship worthiness. So that was the topic in part 2. So in part 3, the topic is similar to that. So now we are talking about ilahs that people consider existing, but however they do not consider. Most people do not consider them as being worthy of worship. Okay, so let me just say a few words first on ilahs. So the word ilah has a number of meanings, like we learned in part 2. So in this world, ilah simply means God, and God is understood in many meanings. So with La Ilaha Illallah, we negate all those ilahs, all such gods. There are many examples of this. I guess the most prominent would be Satanism. People who consider Satan as a deity and worship him. Okay, so that's we deny that, obviously, with La Ilaha. And it's not just and there are so many other deities like that. Typically in the world, what happens is people start out as a leader, as an authority on morals, or as an authority in spirituality, and then they manage to get some followers behind them, and then either they themselves in their life they proclaim independence from Allah Azza wa Jal. So basically the purpose of all these fake prophets and these fake lords is that this fake ilahs is that the main goal is to remove Allah Azza wa Jal from people's minds and install themselves in his place, Ma'azallah. So there have been many religions that are minted along this line. I don't have to mention them. You can just think about many of the religious leaders who have founded different religions. You will find that this is indeed the case. In some cases, some of these leaders, cult leaders, fake prophets, and so on, these people, they associate themselves in the noble line of the prophet, of the prophets in general, and then they claim prophethood falsely. And then once they have some followers, they completely disengage them. They make people worship them rather than God. So anyway, so that is those are the ilahs that we deny with La Ilaha Illallah. So some of these ilahs are deities, like just what I mentioned. Now there are also many abstract ilahs in this world. Anything that shows some awesomeness, people consider that to be an ilah, to be a god. For example, I won't be surprised if some people claim Google as a god of information, right? Quite possible. Money, Forex, for example. Let's not talk about money. Let's say the Forex. Forex is the most awesome market that exists in this world. So in a sense, Forex is the foreign exchange market. So Forex is like an ilah of markets. It's an ilah of markets. It's the biggest market that exists on this world. So that could be considered by some as ilah. However, nobody that I know of, at least, worships Forex. So Forex might be considered as an ilah, but it's not considered as worship worthy. At least most people I know do not consider it as worship worthy. So there are ilahs that are regarded as being worship worthy. Okay, I don't have to mention them. You can just think about all the religions that exist in the world, and you will find some of them are indeed such ilahs who have displaced God and God, the one and the only God, and established themselves as a God in His place, Ma'azallah. So moving on, the topic in this third point is لا الہ الا اللہ, الہ تو ہیں مگر لائق عبادت نہیں. سو خدا الہ جو خدا بولنے والے, ایسے خدا کے جیسی صفات رکھنے والے جنہیں لوگ مانتے ہیں وہ ہیں, لیکن وہ جو ہے لائق عبادت نہیں. تو ابھی جو میں اگزامپل دیا تھا انگلش میں فوریکس مارکیٹ کا, وہ اس قسم کی چیز ہے. اور اس کے علاوہ اس کے اور ایک ڈیپر معنی بھی آتے ہیں اس جملے کے, الہ تو ہیں لیکن الہ تو ہیں مگر لائق عبادت نہیں. تو اس کے اور جو ڈیپر معنی یہ آتے ہیں, دیکھیے کلمہ طیبہ سے آپ جب لا الہ الا اللہ کہتے ہیں, کوئی خدا نہیں, کوئی معبود نہیں, کوئی معبود نہیں سوائے اللہ کے, تو اس کے ایک معنی نکلتے ہیں کہ کوئی معبود نہیں, لیکن اس کے معنی نکلتے ہیں کہ اور چیزیں ہیں جو ہے جو معبود نہیں ہے, لیکن اس میں جو ہے کیا کہنا چاہیے اس میں, لیکن وہ جو ہے عبادت کے قابل نہیں ہے, لیکن الہ جیسی ان میں کیفیت ہے. تو اس کے بھی آپ کو کئی مثالیں ملیں گی. فوریکس کا اگزامپل ایک ہے, اور ایسے اور ایک اگزامپل, بعض لوگ پیسے کو خدا مانتے ہیں کہ تو اس کو حاصل کرنے کے لیے ساری زندگی اپنی گنوا دیتے ہیں اور سمجھتے ہیں کہ پیسہ ہی ہر چیز ہے, پیسے سے ہر چیز مل جائے گی, پیسے سے صحت مل جائے گی, پیسے سے دنیا کا عیش و آرام, دنیا مل جائے گی, ساری دنیا میں آپ کا نام ہوگا اور آپ کا نام قائم بھی رہے گا, سب پیسے کی وجہ سے. لیکن تو یہ بھی جو ہے ایک قسم کا الہ ہوا. اور اسی طرح ملٹری قوت ہے کہ آپ کے پاس بڑے بڑے ویپنس ہے, اسلحہ ہے, اور جو ہے اور اس کی وجہ سے لوگ سمجھتے ہیں کہ آپ میں طاقت ہے, بہت بڑی طاقت ہے, اور دنیا میں سب سے بڑی طاقت آپ ہی کے پاس ہے, یہ سمجھتے ہیں, جس طرح کئی ملکوں کا حال ہے. اور بھی اس قسم کے الہ ہیں. another example would be constitution. کئی ملکوں میں لوگ اپنے کانسٹیٹیوشن کو sacrosanct مانتے ہیں. many people consider their constitutions as a sacred document, worthy of worship. In fact, they may not say it, but they treat constitutions as if they are worthy of worship. So those are the ilahs that exist in the world. People sanctify such documents, and some may even consider them to be worthy of worship. So here in this point, what Bahirul Ulum is saying is, الہ تو خارج میں ہے مگر لائق عبادت نہیں, یہ بھی شرک فی الوجود ہے. This too is definitely شرک فی الوجود. سوائے اللہ کے خارج میں یا نفس الامر میں, for the definitions of خارج and نفس الامر, you should review my tapes on حکمت اسلامیہ. So سوائے اللہ کے خارج میں, نفس الامر میں, حقیقت میں, فی الواقع کوئی معبود نہیں, کوئی خدا نہیں. اللہ کے سوا خارج میں, نفس الامر میں, حقیقت میں, فی الواقع, so in reality or in نفس الامر or in the extern, except for Allah, there is no معبود, there is none worthy of worship except for Allah. So that is the third point, and inshallah we'll discuss this further in fourth point.